Okay, everybody, thanks for watching again. We're getting really close. This set of or this video is going to be a bunch of montage of stuff through the build. I build really fast, and it's really hard for me to stop sometimes. It takes video of everything that's going on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do shoot you know, some videos or whatever, or put some videos together that I've already shot of different parts of the build, and that way you can take a look and see if there's something in there interesting, or you can fast forward it and, you know, slow it down, and if you see something interesting, take a look at it as far as that goes. So that's what I'm going to do with this video, because like I said, it's kind of cut up in different places and that type of stuff, so I do apologize about that, but editing takes a long time, and I'm in the middle of building, and I really love to build stuff, so it's really hard for me to stop and edit. So my apologies for that, but as far as the build goes, the build's going great. So I'm going to shoot some more things today, and then get it up for you guys. All right? Thanks. Bye. So here's one of the batteries in one of my battery racks that I made for the LG batteries that are out of the Pacifica. So that's 2 of the 12. Okay. This is the next battery rack. It's upside down right now. I'm gonna paint it, but I wanted to take a picture of it just in case I forget, because I go so fast that I forget to stop and video. So that's upside down, and here I'll flip it over. And this is right side up, and that's the rear hanger, center hanger that used to go to the Mustang transmission, and this is the front hanger that hangs off the other set of batteries. So once I get this all painted up, I'll show you mount the batteries, how the batteries get mounted, and we'll go from there. Okay, here's our mount. On the table, of course. And it's like flipping upside down my monitor, so that's kind of no big deal. So anyway, it's all painted, ready to go. So here's my theory on what I did to mount these batteries. These are LG batteries, okay? And as you can see, there's a slot right here in the battery. And I'm going to pick it up so you can see it better. I hate it because they're heavy. But there is a slot right here. Okay? So what I figured is that by going like this and having rubber in there, it's going to keep that battery from going up or down. So it's going to be solid. It's not going to go up. It's not going to go down. So what I did is I took tubing, pretty nice rubber tubing, and slid it, and then I'm going to use weather strip adhesive on the inside to give me a little bit of bonding when I put it on to my bracket, so it just stays there. So there's one up here that goes into this slide. Like so. So that's going to glue on there. And now my removable one, same thing. I'll take and put weather strip adhesive down the slot. This stuff is really good. I actually, when I was 16 years old, this stuff used to be yellow, or you probably still get it in yellow. I used this actually to seal a pan gasket. I cleaned it real good, and an oil pan gasket. And I cleaned the area real good and used this stuff, and the thing never leaked, ever. And it was leaking pretty good when I did it. Doing the pan gasket on that Barracuda would have meant pulling the engine. So I tried to get, what do you call it? So there's another one glued on. And I made it so that I already know where the holes are going to be because I've already done this. So that's that set. This will go in, slide in, and I'll lock it in. And the thing is, I'm not going to put it together for you right here. I'm going to put it on top of my stand over here, which is a transmission stand. Let me see if I can get. That's a transmission stand right there. And I'm going to put it on the transmission stand and put it together because these things are heavy, man. And that'd be like over 80 pounds to lift from here up onto the stand to do it, and my back just can't take it anymore. I'm no spring chicken again. Okay, so I'm going to shut the camera off. Oop, and then when I get that set up, we'll mount the batteries. Okay, I think that's pretty good. So we got our first one set up. Rubber on. Oh, I hate this part. I hate this part because it's unbalanced badly. How can I fix this? God, it's so close. Well, guys, I'm going to have to do an unbalancing act here a bit. Trying to get this figured out. I'm going to need some counterweight. That. Okay. So far, so good. Now watch it go the other way. Oh, I didn't put that on the side. I didn't put the other rubber piece on the other side. I'm just putting the rubber on. Okay, that rubber's on that. I gotta put the rubber on the other holder. thought long and hard about these holders, and I really, man, there's so many different ways, but this I thought was the cleanest way to go. Maybe not the easiest, but we're not looking for easy, we're looking for awesome. All right, there's our rubber for that one. On, ready to go. Put it back there to help with the counterweight. Battery number 2. Like I said, these things are freaking heavy. Okay, let's move our thing over a little. Oh, see, I can't even freaking move it now. Okay. It's more centered. Okay, we take their counterweight off. Slide holder number 1 in. Alright. Holes almost line up. Okay. So this time when it goes together, I'm going to do it so it's buttoned up. Because we do have to take and get these batteries leveled out, which is not going to be fun, I don't think. Okay, I'm using quarter inch stainless steel nuts and bolts to do this. With washers on each side, and I'm using locking nuts to make sure that this stuff stays together. If I knew how to do fast forward, I would. Or maybe I'll learn this time. I don't know how boring this is watching somebody put nuts and bolts on, but like I said, fast forward. Handy dandy thing, works really well. Look at that. Was that sweet or what? Okay, that one goes in like so. Looks good. Of course, all of this was built ahead of time on the bench so that it should all fit with no issues. Now, let me tell you, the worst thing about this whole project so far is battery mounting. Man, it's a PIA. Don't get me wrong though. I mean, that's all part of it, and you know, I love building stuff, but you know, it just takes some time to figure out where you're going to put these babies and put them in there so they're not going to come out. So I was thinking about putting all the batteries in the back because one of my favorite cars of all time has been the Hemi Under Glass. And I also, actually almost tears came to my eyes the other day when Jay Leno went for riding it, and they did the wheel stand, and when they came down, he was going too fast, and he turned and rolled it. The Hemi Under Glass from like the 60s and 70s. And I mean, I was so bummed. But anyway, what I was thinking, if I put all the batteries in the back, this car would probably, I'm not sure, I have no idea really, but as much torque as these things put out like instantaneously, I was thinking this thing might be able to pull wheel stands, okay, with all the batteries in the back, of course, because all that weight. But so the Hemi Under Glass was called the Hemi Under Glass. I was thinking this would be the Tesla Under Ass. But that's politically incorrect. So, you can't do that. All right, so that's it. Okay, next we'll be putting it in the car. And I'm hoping it should go pretty smoothly since I designed everything to go smoothly. So I'll take and shut the camera off again and get you guys lined up so you can see it go in. Okay. Okay, so I don't know if that's the best shot in the whole world, but it's the shot we got. Need something to pump this baby up with. Does have automatic. And it works. It's been a while since I used that. These mounts right here actually go to the stock trans mount of the car. And the back one actually goes to the midship bearing of the car. Damn, that's slow. It'd be faster if I did it by hand. True. Yeah, it is. Almost there. Okay, front one's lined up. I don't know if they're lined up, but they're up. Damn. Lined right up. I just put one bolt in each of these because I don't want to weaken this cross because it's already holding 2 battery packs, and since it's what do you call it, on top of, or you know, in the angle to where it can't fall out, one should hold it. And plus we got these big mounts going here. Which are really nice. They line up like they're supposed to. Bolt, which is hiding somewhere. And for some reason I can't see it. There it is. Okay, I'm gonna get the back 2 started. It's nice that the back 2 are actually part of the stock car, actually. Which it was the midship bearing holder. We be looking good. So nice these work out. Okay, if I got a pair of pliers close, I can take it, open this up. Get the jack out of the way and show you what we got. Well, it didn't come crashing down, so that's a good sign. I almost used the stock cross member for this, but it just didn't work. It just wasn't wide enough. It didn't work great. So by doing this, we got that baby in there. All right, battery 3 and 4 are in. Okay, so that's battery 3 and 4. Looks pretty clean. I do got to tighten these up, so I can't forget to tighten those up, but still. Looks pretty clean setup. This is the only reason why this is extended is really just so I could hit these really nice mounts up here, these 2 mounting bolts that were for the midship bearing. They were really sturdy. So, anyway, gives me room. Oh, maybe I can put my electric pump back here. After I thought about it, right, just now. That would work. But probably up near the front, close to the 12-volt battery. So anyway, that's that. Next is going to be here. Because I'm going to run, hopefully if I can. Hang on, dropping everything. The box is almost too big for my hand. Okay, almost got you back. Oh, need the camera to hold it. So anyway, so I'm going to run 2 batteries right here. One on this side, where the old gas tank was, and one on the other side. It had a big hole. So I'll put one there, and one here, and that'll be 6. I'll get that down about right there, so it clears everything. So that'll be 6 in here. I was hoping to get 2 side by side here, but I just don't have enough room. Just doesn't work. But we'll put 6 like that, then put 6 under the hood, and we'll be good. All right. Till next time. Over and out. So I'm getting ready to do my next setup for the batteries in the back here. So I drilled 4 holes on each side here to be able to mount my angle iron to be able to mount my next battery deal. And here's what I did. So I made this pretty sweet little unit here, okay, with bolts already in it because I can't hold it and screw it on the other side. So I took and tack welded all the bolts in here, okay. since it's only going to be a one-time deal where it goes on and doesn't come off, I didn't think it was going to be a really big deal. So that's set. So let's take this, and that goes up in here, like so. Right? So I'm going to get that put in there, and then we'll do a little bit more, and I'll show you a little bit more after I get some more going here. But that's going to be just a lip to hold the next section of batteries, 2 more batteries. Okay, we got that in all the way across. Our other partial mount is here. We got this mount, this all the way across here, and this one right here, and this one right here. This is I don't know if you can see it very well. It's kind of dark in here, but there's 2 holes in here for mounting, so I can come down with the bracket and catch the side. And that's a good bracket. I mean, that was part of the differential, so it's heavy duty. So next, tomorrow, I'll be getting this together and hopefully have 2 more batteries in. All right, later. Well, here's number 3. This would be 6 batteries total. This is for in the back, underneath the car, in front of the motor. I had to get a little creative on this one. I had to tack weld nuts onto it to make it so I could actually get bolts on it, because that's kind of hidden back there. So anyway, so I'm going to get this one painted up and then get it ready and then whip it in. Okay, another pack ready to go in, all bolted down. And it's going to go right up here. So, here we go. Let's get after it. Okay guys, that's 2 more in the back. See that nice sweet strap going up there, locking it up. Okay, so that's 6 total, 2 there, 2 in the transmission bay, and 2 up here in front. Those numbers on there are actually the voltage of the batteries. Like the 57. And I also left room right here for my steering, because I might put electric steering in here if I can't find a one that's a what do you call it, rack and pinion. I can do an electric steering, and here's that right here. So I might put the electric steering in there, but we shall see. Well, anyway, so that's that. So I'm going to let the car down and take a look and see if I want to put 6 up in front where the engine was, or whether I want to take the rest of the spare tire out and put 3 or 4 back here. I'm afraid I'm going to have the Tesla under glass wheel stander if I do that, but I'm not sure. But anyway, till next time, or the video starts again in a minute. All right. Bye. Okay guys, you know I'm building the rack to put the 6-pack in the front. Okay? And you know, it's kind of a normal thing, but you know, it's actually kind of complicated. Because you got to think about a few things. Number one, you got to think about an accident. If you get an accident, what are these batteries going to do? So what I've done is, if you look over on that side, that was where the stock motor mounts for the car were bolted down. There's 2 of them there, and there's 2 over on this side too. Okay, so what I decided to do is take and use a threaded rod and come up to grab it to actually hold this bottom rack in. So that'll be 3, and then there'll be another 3 on top. Okay, also in the corners down here, there's 1 here, 1 here, and 1 here. Okay, those are actually 1/4-inch bolts, and on the same side, the other side too. Those are 1/4-inch bolts that I welded in there. They're like pins. They're just going through the frame. I drilled holes in the frame through it so that in an accident, they would have to shear off, or it would have to shear off 6 bolts for it to come forward and break the 10mm threaded rod. You know, and it could happen. I mean, you know, if you get in a head-on collision, nothing's going to last. But as far as slamming on the brakes or, you know, minor fender benders or that type of stuff, with the, you know, 6 pins in there and being held down with the transmission mounts, it should hold. And I'm also going to brace the battery pack so on top, so the top batteries can't slide off. So there's going to be like an X on the side. But anyway, I just wanted to show you this because I keep going really fast, and if I don't do these videos real quick, I'll forget and then I'll be too far ahead. So as you can see up here is 2 batteries in the tunnel, and then right here underneath the rack is 2 batteries underneath here too. So that's 2, 4, and I got 2 more underneath the back of the car, which I showed you before. That's 6, so that's a 1 6-pack, and this will be another 6-pack. And what I did is I weighed the car with me in it to see the 50-50 would be. So I'm going to be a little bit butt heavy, or the back is going to be a little bit heavy because I didn't put all 12 batteries in the front, which would have been about the weight of the engine. But I decided not to, just because of the safety factor. You know, I have a little bit of crumple room here. The batteries are going to be in backwards, so there won't be any wires on the front. They'll be in the back. So, you know, it's just one of those things, you know, to think about. These holes in here, all the way across, those are through bolts that'll go through the battery packs. The battery packs actually have a place to put through bolts through. And they go, I gotta get my camera right, they go through here. So what I'll do is I'll use angle on top and then grab them through here too to hold them down. These are actually, these plates on top, these are actually cooling fins. In the car in the Pacifica, these were actually on top of a water-cooled tunnel that was underneath here, and this got rid of the heat. So I'm going to put 3 up, 3 down with air, you know, with the radiator in the front blowing air on them. So it's not the perfect scenario, but it's going to work great. And the car's not going to be for long trips or, you know, getting crazy or anything like that. It's just going to be for fun. Yeah. All right. So anyway, that's it for this one. I'll see you in the next clip. Okay. Bye. Well, that was fun. So the 6-pack's ready, except for, you know, pulling apart and painting it and cutting, you know, trimming things off, just making it, you know, cleaner as far as that goes. This is the lifting apparatus right here. It goes down here and bolts in right here. And I welded a nut on here, so easier to be able to just whip it on and whip it off. And then this whole piece comes off. The whole thing will come off, so that'll be out of there. And then we got our crisscross here of to hold the top. The top's all bolted down through all the batteries. Should be good. These I'll put heat shrink on, black heat shrink, so they'll kind of disappear. And then trim these down, of course, you know, just to make it all look nicer, and paint it all black. So tomorrow will be my paint day and get it all cleaned up, and then I should be able to take and whip it right in to the car. And I got the bolts. Oh man, those are the hold down bolts right there, the shiny ones, which again I'm going to put heat shrink over those down, or I might even take and put a couple tubes over them. Haven't decided yet, but there they are. There's, like I said, there's the front batteries. They're all in there, secure, really secure. They're not going anywhere. And then get these in there, and now beyond to wiring. Finally, yes. All right, over now. Well, here's the battery pack, ready to go. This is the lifting mechanism up here to be able to put it in, because the damn thing's heavy, and I didn't want to put one battery in at a time because my back hurt so bad. But wham, 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 right? Anyway, so that's it. It's ready to go. I'm going to be putting it in here in a few minutes after I get some help. to get the car pushed out of the garage so I can use my hoist. Because I do have a hoist. So anyway, next step, in the car. Alright, battery pack ready to go in. And it balanced. Check this out. Check that balance out, man. It's gonna be so nice and easy to be able to put in, I hope. So anyway, so let's see here. This turns around, everything's crashing. So that's the way it goes in, like this. So what I'm gonna do is take and move the camera back and get you guys set up, and then I'll turn it back on and we'll show it lowering in the car. We got to push the car forward and stuff, so we'll shut it off and do that. Okay, here's the battery pack ready to go in. I'm going to move you up and get you close and personal and see if everything lines up as we go. I'm hoping it does. Looking pretty good. Oop. Over there worked. Yeah, looking good. Looks like the pins went in. Yep. The pins are in. So the it's in. That's it. I was going to put the wiring in the back, but I decided, you know what? I got enough room here. I'm not really that afraid at the moment as far as a front end collision or anything like that. If they were turned around backwards, they'd push against the firewall if it was hit that hard. So, you know, not being the devil's advocate or anything, but still, I worry about that stuff. So anyway, both sides are in. Looking good. Bolts are through. I'm jazzed. Okay, so I'm going to get her tightened down and buttoned up. And then from there, the hard part's over, man. Batteries are a bitch. Just so you know, man, they're heavy to mess around with. They're heavy to build. But I'm excited. I'm jazzed. All right, I'm going to shut this off for a bit and get some other stuff done. Well, back again, which was awesome. Check this out. So, just out of luck, I had a tab, a nice heavy-duty tab right here, right? Because I'm worried about the batteries, of course, coming forward or going backward or whatever. But this heavy tab was beautiful. And look at this. It came right over. I drilled holes and mounted right to the... Now my rack is in there even better than before. And it's both sides. So I am so stoked, man. That Ford put those for me just for that reason, I'm sure. I'm sure the engineer said someday Jack is going to put these batteries in this car. But anyway, other than that, it's looking good. I have the bottom nuts on down here. Sorry about the shaky camera. So what I have there, that's double nuts. I double nutted it so it has the locking feature like jam nuts. Then underneath there, I have a, zoom this back out. And underneath the plate is a nut coming up. Since it was a threaded rod, I was able to go up underneath, so I was able to clamp everything really tight. So everything's tight, double nutted there. This thing is solid, it's not going anywhere. I need a couple more washers for a few places, but I just ran out of washers at the moment. But yeah, I'm stoked. So I got the aluminum on top, which should dissipate heat. This is aluminum heat sinks that go between the packs, and the bottom ones, same thing. So it should be good. And I put a little spacer in between the batteries, a rubber spacer, so air can flow through too from the radiator. Whoa. So pretty stoked, man. I'm down now to I'm using the stock Ford radiator. I know it's probably overkill, but I might be able to take and turn it down so it doesn't spin as hard, and not use up so many amps. But everything's looking good. All the batteries are in. Yes. All right. Thanks for watching. See you next clip. Okay, welcome back. Another little clip for you guys. So, this is the back battery pack, all in there, nice and sweet. Gets hooked right here on a good mount on both sides. So that one's there. Then we move up here, and there's 2 and 3. Well, that was 1 and 2 back there. Here's 2 and 3, and then 4 and 5. Let me get a light. Sorry, 5 and 6. So there's 5 and 6 right here. 5 and 6. Offset a little bit because I wanted that steering to be open to me, because I might put electric steering in there. So that gives me enough room to throw that in there. And then up in front, as you can see, underneath the hood, there's 6 more stacked under there. So it really turned out clean, I think. You know, they shouldn't go anywhere. They're solid. So that's that clip. See you in a minute. I'm going to show you guys a little trick I discovered doing a bunch of these ends, putting all the ends on for the batteries. And I thought I'd show it to you because it really helped me out. And it's kind of a pain if you blow it when you start cutting these things, you know. And I got a big set of cutters for cutting the wire, 4.0 and 2.0. It's a huge stuff. And I got one of these handy dandy crimping tools. And this is important. Okay, with these crips, they give you a 70 and a 95. I'm using a 70 and a 50 in here, okay? This is a 70 and this is a 50. And the reason why I'm doing that is because when I did 2 70s and crimp my 2.0, I was able to wiggle it and get it out of there, okay? So this, I think, is a better way to go. So I went a 70 and a 50 on that, and then when I did my 4.0, I did a 95 and a 70 on top, and I got some really good crimps then. Because what was happening is with the other ones, they were just bottoming it out and not crimping the wire good enough, in my opinion, okay? But that's the way I'm doing it, and it's working great. But here's the trick I wanted to show you. So when you cut these wires and put your ends on, you know, you measure like so, then cut your wires off. Okay, and I use a razor blade and try to be careful you don't cut your fingers off, because that would suck. Okay, so now what you get is a frayed end, right? As I think you can see that the end gets pretty frayed, and then when you go to put your end on, it's really a PIA to get it in there, especially with the big stuff. Okay, so what I found out was a regular plastic towel, like from a garbage bag. Take it, wrap it around twice, and twist it tight. Then move it up near the end. Okay, then when you put your connector on, it'll push right down, untie it, and you're on, and then crimp it. So I figured that out as I was going along, and it's a really nice trick, let me tell you, because I was pulling my hair out in the beginning, and for some reason, bing, bingo, then hit this one. All right, okay, another piece. Okay, here's some more eye candy for you. I got this is the vacuum pump. Down here, it's mounted, and I'm waiting for a canister to get here today to give me some more vacuum. And this you have to have so you have power brakes again with my power booster and stuff up here. Okay, so I'm waiting for my canister so I can go from my vacuum into the canister to give me a little extra vacuum, and then that to over there. And if you notice now, this is really great. See those braces? They worked out perfect. I got 2 braces in here, okay, so that these batteries are not going anywhere. And I did this morning, I got my all my wires hooked up, and if you look down here, there's my water pump for cooling the Tesla Performance motor. Kind of looks like a Rube Goldberg, but we had to go from 1.5 inches down to 3/4, so it's kind of a plethora of clamps and reducers along the way. I hate it, but it is what it is right now. I will in the future clean it up, of course. And so there's under the hood, which is looking pretty good, I think, and pretty clean. I want to get some acorn nuts just to put on the top here. I left these up a little bit because you never know when you want to add something or something. I might add a cooler or fans blowing down on these. I don't know. But anyway, I left those up a little bit just to be able to have some options. But everything is going really good. So now I'm going to get it up in the air because I got some things to do in back and get the rest of the wiring done. Okay, here's a quick underneath of the car right now with all the power lines coming back here. They're disconnected in the front, but everything's hooked up. All the batteries are in. These are water cooling lines all the way from the front that I brought back this way because I didn't want to run a hose back there all the way. So I got hose going here, and it's going all the way to the front of the radiator as far as that goes. A couple things I'm still going to clean up. I got a couple clamps here holding things. I got to make brackets, which is fine. But we're looking good. We're really looking good. I checked voltages on both packs. They're both exactly the same now. I took a 200 watt bulb and brought a couple packs down to where they would be the same. So that's an underneath, and I'm gonna get it on the ground again because I'm working on all these wires that are hanging here, and that's my next step. I got my charger coming, I got my DC to DC converter, and everything's gonna go in this right here. This used to be half of the what do you call it, spare tire. So I'm going to use that as my battery box and have a plexiglass cover on top of it. But that's next. All right. So guys, thanks for watching that mess. The nightmare on my street. I know there's a lot of some long pieces, some short pieces, but like I said, fast forwarding through it or doing that probably helped to where if you did see a good part, you can slow it down and look at it. So those videos are done, and the next video, which I'm going to do on another thing, is show you the car because it's finished. And right now it's charging behind me. I will show you that real quick. So let me see. It's plugged in and charging with my J1772 charger that I have for my Mitsubishi Miev. So that's going. Just to tell you guys, Damien McGuire's in Ireland. You can look him up on YouTube and stuff like that. He's the one that built my controller for my motor. Okay, he builds a lot of them. He's sold about 100 so far controllers, and so far there's really not been any major issues with that type of stuff. The other thing is I've used EV West for a couple products. I've used Thunderstruck EVs, are the one who got me the charger and got me the EVCC controllers, the CAN controllers for the charger and for my DC to DC volt converter. And Other than that, Amazon, of course, for a few things, for cable ends and covers and that type of stuff. But the next video I'm going to go through the whole car, show you guys everything that's done and the finish as far as that goes. So from there, and I'll show you driving it. Not in the next video because there's a couple things on the motor that I'm tweaking, the perimeters and that type of stuff. And I just want to make sure it's right as far as that goes. So anyway, again, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and that's it. We'll see you next time. Won't be long. Okay, bye.